Someone mentions, Sheikh, aren't Asian Brits more likely to be in prison due to lower socio-economic conditions? A few people being able to afford overly priced coffee doesn't counter as a general economic reality. Well, let me tell you, our people, many of them do have wealth. They choose to live in inner city areas because they want to live next to their cousins. So many people can move out of Al Amrak and move into better areas. They have so many multiple properties within the inner city. Our forefathers, every other family are homeowners. They own homes. Some of them become a part of the rentier class. They rent out properties to migrants for extortionate rent. So many people. We contribute millions. In fact, we contribute billions to the British economy. We Asians, South Asians, and including Muslims, we contribute billions to the British economy. We choose to live in inner city areas because we feel unsafe to move out. As a community, many of us feel unsafe to move out into majority white areas. And white people, they carry out something known as white flight. They flee from our areas. So wherever many white people live, and then Asians migrate, the white people, they fled those areas. So this story that we are socio-economically deprived is much more complex than what you make it out to be. How many of our Asian people are HMO homeowners that give our inner city areas those, like here in Birmingham? What do we have in Birmingham? In Birmingham, you have companies that have given hundreds of homes to HMOs that bring drug addicts from other areas, white people from other areas into the inner city areas, and then they make money, £600 per person or £800 per person a month, based on one drug addict living in that house. And then what happens is that it's the young Asian men who are dealing drugs to those same drug addicts who live in those homes. That's the reality. In Birmingham, I'm telling you about Birmingham. And it's similar in other areas also. I'm someone very familiar with our community as I tour the country every week. That many of us have multiple properties. We rent out those properties with extortionate rent. And then many of our youth are involved in drug dealing out weed, dealing out Class A drugs. They are caught with Class A drugs, a very common feature in our community. So this story about being socio-economically deprived, I do not buy that with regard to all the South Asian community. That is not exactly true. We are not victims, and we should stop pretending to be victims all the time. Speak up to power, no doubt, but do it in a way that is effective, that has meaning, but do not pretend to be a victim when you are not a victim.